Welcome to the 5 on 5. We are pleased to be joined today by Larry Masterman, Medford Emergency Management Coordinator. Larry, it's so fitting that you're here today, and thank you so much for being here.
Good evening. I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about the mission of the Medford Emergency Management Office.
It's a new office. It's just celebrating our third birthday. Before that, we relied entirely on what the county did, but 99.9% of what any emergency management office does is about preparedness, preparing the jurisdiction, preparing the public, preparing vulnerable populations, things like that. But then when something happens, we coordinate the different services and different agencies to respond to a major incident of whatever type, like winter weather.
Okay, and you know, the valley will get a little snow here and there. Maybe we see it once or twice a year. We've had some winter weather over the last few days. At what point would you guys kind of get into emergency mode with something like this?
It's not an all or nothing type of thing. So, for example, I'm paying more attention to the weather bulletins and things like that, and just staying a little bit more dialed into what's happening around us. But if we had something really big, had a storm so big that I-5 was closed, or city services were seriously disrupted, or people in the community were vulnerable to problems, a storm like this, if the power went out, if it went out for a few hours, people would be okay. But if the power went out for days, some people wouldn't have a way to keep warm, and they may not know where to go to get shelter and things like that. So it's absolutely a sliding scale about what we do and when. And we just try to be flexible and adapt to what's going on at the moment.
You kind of have to be with Mother Nature.
Absolutely.
When we're talking about preparedness, we've had this winter weather. What are some things people should keep in mind in their household?
We always encourage people to make a plan, know what you're going to do if you can't get home, or if you're stuck at home, if you get stranded. How are you going to eat? How are you going to take care of all your needs? So have a plan. Have a kit, emergency food supplies, water, battery-powered radios, flashlights, things like that, and have a way to get information and to communicate. So if, for example, the cell service went out, how would people be able to contact family members and let them know they're okay, or let them know they're not okay? So it doesn't have to be expensive or a big chore to do those things. And there's plenty of information available to help people do all of those. Have a kit, have a plan, and have a way to get information and move information out.
Some good tips, and we've got much more to talk about, but we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined again with Larry Masterman, Medford Emergency Management Coordinator. Larry, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
You made it in okay, even with the snow. Mm-hmm. So we were talking about being prepared. The forecast is looking a little messy over the next 24 hours still. If people are hitting the road, what are some things that they should keep in their car or keep in mind if they aren't hitting the road?
As a preparedness guy, I take this seriously. A year ago, it took me 13 hours to go a mile on I-5. That was December.
Wow.
And that was overnight. So I always encourage people, keep a sleeping bag or blankets in your car, water, drinking water, food, things like that, any other essentials, a battery-powered flashlight, and be prepared for the weather. Get information about the road conditions as you're traveling. Trip Check is a great tool, for example. And so be prepared for all of those things. When I was stuck overnight, it was an inconvenience, but that's all it was. I didn't have to worry about where I was going to get something to drink. I didn't have to keep my engine running to stay warm because I had a sleeping bag. Mm-hmm. I had medical supplies and all those things. So just a little bit of preparedness effort ahead of time can make your trip an adventure if there's something like that instead of a tragedy.
Right, and a quick trip like that, you might think, I'm just going over the pass, but if that hour trip turns into 13 hours, you're going to wish you had some of those items if you're stuck on the road.
I felt a little silly in my sleeping bag in the driver's seat, but I was warm and comfortable and safe, and so,
And you still had gas once things were able to get moving again.
Absolutely.
Now, you guys have an event coming up that will kind of talk about some of these things, being prepared, and talking about some of the other hazards, earthquake, other things like that. Talk a little bit about the event that's coming up.
Well, this year we are updating the city's natural hazards mitigation plan, and that's a big undertaking, a big project. The last plan was 2010, so it was ready for an update. And there's a lot of public engagement in this planning, and this is specifically for natural hazards. And our top 5 hazards here in Medford include, number 1 is severe weather. Summertime, wintertime, whatever, that's our number 1. But also includes flood, earthquake, things like that. And on January 12th, from 4:30 to 7:30 in the evening at the Carnegie Library, we are holding an open house where people can come and learn more about our natural hazards and what's going into our plan. They can let us know what they think. It's a good opportunity for them to provide input, and they can get more information from that from our website at readymedford.org. It's an exciting opportunity for us. We're going to have a bunch of people. We have over 20 experts from all over Southern Oregon that are participating in this plan. And so a great opportunity for the public to learn a little bit and to have their voices heard.
Join the conversation.
Absolutely.
Well, Larry, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate your insight and learning about what's going on within the office.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.